All right, thank you guys. It's great to be here. I'm really, really grateful to have this opportunity. I'm the executive director of a nonprofit here in the Twin Cities called We Can Grow. And what we do is we provide gardens for families that normally can't afford them. And this past season, we've had a really wonderful opportunity to see how important that name of our organization really has been. And the developments over the summer, we've really learned that there's a lot of opportunities to teach people how to grow stuff, and it really helps develop children, senior citizens, people that struggle with mental illness, and we've really had a great success with people that come from low-income families. When we look at our name, we simply look at the word we. I think it's a word that we use quite often. We should do that. We should get one of those. We should really try that. We should really stop them from doing that. We use that word we an awful lot, but how often do we really involve ourselves in that we? I think we're more and more getting away from that we part, you know. As human beings, we like that we part. We are herding animals. We're kind of like cows, and if these cows aren't the cutest cows you've seen all day, they're great. You see, these cows themselves are really curious about the camera and what's going on, but you'll notice that they all are, you know. Cows get together, they stay together, they hang together, just like human beings. We live in villages, cities. We have neighbors. We have families. We have family gatherings. For a celebration, we get together, and we do stuff together out of love. One word that a lot of people cringe, it's that love word. Let's talk about love, you know, and people sit back and say, love. That's kind of a weird word. It's making me feel edgy and uncomfortable, but I think we really need to get back to that word love. I think that's really important in our lives, and that's why we're a herding animal, just for that love, that inspiration, that tenderness that we get from one another. And we also see in these cute little cows. Mama's showing her love for her baby. With that comes, with the development of love comes an opportunity to share part of ourselves with another human being, an opportunity to share inspiration with one another, an opportunity to treat one another like we want to be treated. And that gives us an opportunity for development. We look at the word can. You know, can I do that? How often are we told, oh, you can't do that? Or, yeah, you can do it. You can be anything you want. You can be president. You can be an astronaut. We hear that all the time as children. But do we really believe it in our hearts? Do we really believe that, yes, we can? And what I believe is that we can. We can do things that inspire each other, that allow each other to grow and to do things that we never thought we could do. With We Can Grow, like I said, we've worked with youth, we've worked with senior citizens, we've worked with people that were recently homeless as recent as 30 days because of their mental illness. And what we've seen is that when you allow somebody to grow something or teach them how to grow something, they are inspired and they see that they can do something, and they're inspired to go on and do that next thing that they thought they could never do. Simply by planting a seed, watching it grow, it gives them that spot in their heart that says, I can be that astronaut, I can do that. I can move on to that next thing. Maybe I can ride a cow surfing. You know, the possibilities are limitless. And when we give somebody that opportunity to move on to that next thing that they really thought they couldn't do, to me, that's success. When we inspire people to do that next thing. I worked with a young lady that was homeless in one of our programs, and she got involved in growing, and she said, you know, Mike, I have this friend that has a laptop computer that he really wants to give me. But he said that I need to go out and learn how to do it, learn how to use it, learn how to, you know, operate a computer. And she's like, I've never done that before. And we would sit down every week that we met, And I would ask her, well, have you found any classes yet? And she's like, no, I haven't. And we would just sit and talk, and I would show her a little compassion and a little bit of love, and I never said, well, you got to go out and do it. But across the street was the workforce center from where we met every week. And I said, well, you know, right across the street, they're going to have classes. They're going to teach you everything about that computer. And you'll remove some of that fear. And I knew that if I just got her to walk in the door and get the information to join one of these classes, to attend something, to get this computer, that if I got her to walk through the door, she'd do it. It took about 4 weeks, and she came to me and she said, Mike, I'm so excited. She's like, I went over there and they have these classes. I'm like, yeah, we talked about this. And she's like, but I'm signed up. And a couple weeks later, she said, I went to my first class. And she's like, learning the computer is really not that hard. And now, today, she has that laptop that her friend really wanted to give her. To me, that's a success. And she learned that starting in that garden and watching the kale grow. She saw this kale grow, and she's like, oh my God, it's getting so big. She's like, I'm amazed. I did this. You know, and we have a few other people in that program that we just watch them grow leaps and bounds when they get to harvest that tomato or pick that pepper. It's over in North Minneapolis, and it's a really culturally diverse neighborhood, and we have a lot of people that are African American, and they're like, why aren't we growing greens? So we planted collard greens and mustard greens, and in a couple of weeks, we're having a greens cook-off. I don't know how to cook them, and I'm really excited to learn, so. Yeah, you gotta love it. But see, when we have these successes, and we're inspired to do that next thing, it's limitless for us. As human beings, we're told over and over, you can't do that, you can't do that, and we need to be telling people, encouraging people, yes, you can. It's this simple. When we talk about growing, you know, growing plants and inspiring people and moving on to the next thing, but as a community, when we have one individual in our community that is growing, that can be contagious. We have people that want to grow, and we inspire people, and we watch people grow, and there's more inspiration, and as a community, we happen to get better, and we wonder, wow, what happened? But we seem to be getting away from that. We seem to be getting away from that approach that we're all in this thing together. And we have to get back to having the attitude of we're all in this thing together and what we can do for one another. So, we're all different. We all might look different, but we all love, and we all want success, and we all want happiness. And these are Highland cattle. The neat thing about Highland cattle is that when they have young, the entire herd will surround the young to protect them out of instinct, because they cherish their young and they nurture their young. And as a community, Highland cattle will teach their young the ways of they're originally from Scotland, but they'll teach the young the dangers and the best plants to eat. And they're known for eating almost anything. They forage all over, but together as a community and as a herd, they coddle their young and develop their young for the success of the herd. And we're seeing that through a simple thing of growing plants. You know, we all participated in a biology class or a science class when we were younger, and we put dirt inside a styrofoam cup and planted a bean, and it grew, and we were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I can do this. And we brought it home to our family and showed it off, and we were just so excited. But we see that all the time through growing and giving people an opportunity for success and giving people the chance to move on to their next great thing. And I'm excited about that. I get really excited when I see people that were down and out, that didn't have a place to live 30 days earlier, doing things to improve their life, doing things that give them an opportunity to be successful, give them an opportunity to participate in society. And today we've heard a lot about love. We have everybody, all of our presenters have spoke about love, and they've done a great job. And they've all talked about it in a different way. So my challenge to you guys is get out there and teach somebody something that you know, something you're passionate about, something that you love, and give somebody an opportunity to learn that. And embrace that when they learn it. Embrace them, and it gives them the courage to move on to the next thing. And I think that's really important. One thing that we got to remember is together we can grow. As a society, we can grow and flourish. All of us have to put forth effort into this. This isn't just something that we can do one-on-one. We have to be collective and really support the herd to flourish. And the skies are the limit. So I really appreciate you guys being here and giving me your time. Thank you.